Oh, I love that you've hit on the driving analogy, Toby. So we'll run with that one because I like that one. Because my name is Dan Ori, so you're going to get a story, and this is a true story as normal. So when I was learning to drive, it took me like 3 or 4 times to pass my test. It was not a natural thing for me, and do you know I kept pretty much failing on the same thing, and do you know what that was? I learned, for those of you in the States, stick shift. So this is a manual gearbox on a car. So I would keep looking down at the gearbox to see what gear I was changing into. So I go from first to second, second to third, and every time I would look down, and if I didn't look down, I'd probably stick it in reverse by mistake, and I did that once actually during a test. So it just shows you that I kind of I had an awareness that there was something I needed to do, but I hadn't learned that process yet of changing gear, and naturally, and that's where we'll start where we have to look down at the gear stick to change gears. But the important thing is we have that dedication to our craft as professionals, that we will at least learn that first, and then we need to learn how to change gear without even looking at the gear stick. How we go from first, and if you want to know how to do that, by the way, it's you go sideways in and you change from first to second down like that, and then you switch your hand round and you go up from third to fourth and then up to fifth. And don't do what I did, reverse. So that's just to let you know that actually there is a process that you have to learn, and that's from experience. And your confidence grows from your competence, not the other way round. You can go in being as confident as you like, but if you don't know where you're sticking, where you're changing gear, you're going to end up in reverse, right? And that goes for this business. So it's about learning your craft, plugging into your upline, plugging into company information, that commitment to your craft, so that you can learn to change gear. Now, most people will get really competent, but did you know that some cars have a sixth gear and you've only learned how to go up to fifth? And that's often what quite often happens when we hit a rank or when we get good at one part of the business. There's another gear. This business, there's always another level, there's another gear. But how do you get to that next rank, that next level in your business? You've got to learn how to change up to that next gear. And that is the dedication to your professionalism, your dedication to your competence. And you won't have the confidence because confidence follows competence. So that's the big thing I would say. And for those that you just, here's a quick tip, who are lacking confidence and still trying to find that, is that if you're speaking to people and you want to attract the people that you want to attract, and you're going, oh, I'm just getting this sort of person, look at yourself and go, what sort of person am I? And then think critically but constructively. Say, well, what would the sort of person look like that I want to look like? And so, for instance, if you wanted to present at the front of the room, if you dress like a presenter, if you prepare like a presenter and learn and practice and practice and practice, if you stand like a presenter with your posture, and if you speak like a presenter, then you are a presenter. You've learned your craft, you've changed that sixth gear, and that's true of all parts of this business. Back to you, Toby.